This is WFYI News Now. It's May 20th, and I'm Abriana Herron. On today's show, a new ruling on a years-long legal battle between Indianapolis Public Schools and the state. The Indiana Fever kicks off its 2025 regular season. And after President Donald Trump ordered pharmaceutical drug manufacturers to offer Americans the lowest prices, experts are weighing in.
We don't have a centralized body who's making these decisions or negotiating on behalf of all 300 plus million Americans.
Those stories coming up, but first. Indianapolis Public Schools wants to hear from families about how students get to and from school. The district launched a new survey asking parents to share their transportation needs, challenges, and priorities. The responses will help guide the work of a new planning group formed by IPS and Mayor Joe Hogsett. The group is expected to make recommendations on transportation and other shared services between IPS and local charter schools. Families can complete the survey online in English, Spanish, or Haitian Creole. Go to our website for the link and more information. The Indiana Court of Appeals has issued a ruling in a years-long legal battle between Indianapolis Public Schools and the state. The court says the district can sell one former school building to a nonprofit, but must offer another to charter schools for just $1. From WFYI's Education Desk, Dylan Pierce-McCoy has more.
IPS agreed to sell Francis Bellamy's School 102 to Voices all the way back in 2023. Voices is a nonprofit that works with youth. It's currently renting the building from the district. The state had attempted to block the sale to Voices. It said IPS should follow a law that requires unused buildings to be made available to charter schools for $1. But the appeals court ruled last week that 2023 legislation briefly exempted IPS from the dollar law, and the sale of the building could go through. The legislature changed the law in 2024, and the court ruled IPS must make another campus available under the dollar law. I'm Dylan Pierce-McCoy.
The Indiana Fever kicked off its 2025 regular season with a win against the Chicago Sky over the weekend. Fans packed the stands Saturday afternoon to see the Indiana women's professional basketball team take the lead in the first quarter. They continued to widen it as the game progressed and defeated the Sky 93-58. The 35-point win margin tied the team's second largest in franchise history. Last season's Rookie of the Year, Caitlin Clark, secured her first triple-double of the season. During the game, a brief dust-up occurred when a foul was called on Clark for what was considered an avoidable contact with the Sky's Angel Reese. Clark says people shouldn't read into the foul for anything more than just playing the game.
I wasn't trying to do anything malicious. That's not the type of player I am. So, yes, it wasn't anything like that. And I went for the ball, and that's clear as day in the replay.
On Sunday, the WNBA issued a statement that it was looking into alleged inappropriate fan conduct during the game. Pacers Sports and Entertainment released a statement saying they were aware of the allegations and are cooperating in the investigation. The Fever will play the Atlanta Dream at home on Tuesday. Tip-off is set for 6 p.m. And for our final story today, President Donald Trump signed an executive order on May 12th that ordered pharmaceutical drug manufacturers to offer Americans the lowest prices. Side Effects Public Media's Ben Thorpe reports experts say efforts to draw down prices are good, but the president's approach is unlikely to work.
Studies show that Americans pay roughly 2 to 4 times as much for pharmaceuticals as people in other countries. But experts argue that's due to how drug prices are negotiated in the U.S. Courtney Yarbrough is a professor of health policy at Emory University. She says many countries, such as the U.K., negotiate drug prices on behalf of their entire population.
We don't have a centralized body who's making these decisions or negotiating on behalf of all 300 plus million Americans. And we don't have a system either for evaluating the comparative effectiveness of medicines.
Yarbrough says arbitrarily using other countries as a yardstick for how much drugs should cost is unlikely to work. I'm Ben Thorpe.
That's all for today's episode of WFYI News Now. Our podcast is produced by Drew Daudelin and Zach Bundy, with support from the news team at WFYI and public media journalists across the state. Our news director is Sarah Neal-Estes. Kendall Antron produced our music, and I'm your host, Abriana Herron. If you like today's episode, remember to subscribe and share, and follow WFYI on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube to check in on our newsroom throughout the day. Thanks for listening. We'll be back tomorrow.